Hi everybody, today we're going to put together what's called a contour gauge because we're going to be cutting some flooring and we're going to have to go around some complex twists and turns and obstructions and obtrusions, and this is going to help us make our patterns to do the cutting, and it's one of the coolest tools you'll ever see. So this is the first time we've ever looked at it. I'm going to unbox it brand new. We're going to put it together and then we're going to come back and show you it actually in use. I'm Scotty B, it's Q.S.P. Enterprises. We're doing a lot of cool stuff, so stand by, we'll be right back. Okay, folks, we've taken the parts out of the box. It comes in two pieces, and if you're only going to do a contour of something small, then you really only need to use one. We're using something that's about 15 inches or more long. It comes with its own tape measure. The two of them together will make about 20 inches or so. Looking at that gap there, we're going to put together. So we're going to assemble this into one long unit. There's a cap on here that you take off. I had to give you a screwdriver. I've loosened the screws already on this side, so we're going to make it one new unit. It's twice as long. So let me see if I can get it together. That's actually as tight as it wants to go together. We're going to tighten these screws up now. So now we have one long unit. And as you can see by me moving it around, it's already doing some funny things here for us. So this is a contour gauge. And it automatically is going to tell us what our measurements are that we have to cut without using a piece of cardboard or some of these. Flatten it out on the floor. So it's nice and flat now. Turn it to the camera, see the brand name. And you have your choice of going where the top is going to make your contour, or do it this way where the bottom is, because this is beveled, angled, whatever you want to call it. So, wow, that was fast. Okay, we're going to come over here and we're going to show how this is going to work. And we're going around here, and now we've got our contour, and this lever is going to lock it. I'm going to lock this side too, so that it can't move now. Locked it down. And now this is our pattern to do our cutting. So isn't that neat? If you've never used one of these before, I'm going to unloosen it. We're going to flatten it out. We'll show it one more time. What else can we show? Even something small. Here's our tripod on our grow lights here for our olive tree. I'll show you we can do something, just something this small, and do the cutout for that. Isn't that cool? So that if we were going to put something that was going to permanently, piece of flooring or piece of wood that had to go around there, we'd have the exact pattern. So I'm going to go back here again, do this one more time. Lock it there. Okay, we're going to get this on our flooring now. We're going to show you how we do the cuts on the actual piece of flooring that's going to go up against that and have a perfect cutout. Thanks. So now we have our pattern. We have it locked in so we don't lose the pattern of it, and we're going to put it against our brand new flooring that we're going to be laying down in the garage. This is called SwissTrax, and this stuff is super cool. And we're going to have to go around our garage door framework for the door that comes up and down, and some other molding and so on. So we're going to practice with this piece with our cutout today and see how it fits around our post here at the studio. Okay, so now we've put down a piece of paper, and we're going to make the outline on that with our Sharpie. And that's the exact contour of the post that we want this to go around. So we have this clamp down here, so we're going to take this to the side. And now we get our cutter and see how our first practice cut ever is going to go with our SwissTrax. Okay, I have my safety goggles on. Always have your safety goggles on. And I'm actually going to put my knee on this, hold it down. The first try, folks. Could probably use a file, some sandpaper, but here's an example now what it's going to look like up against where it needs to go. And that's not bad. We just have to clean this up. And then we have our other pieces, and we can show you how they clip on. And then the next piece would clip on here, and we just have to hire some stompers. We could try this. It's a rubber mallet. You could walk on it too to get it seated into place. Not bad for the first try, folks. You might try jigsaw next time, or a sawzall with a fine blade, something that's not going to craze or cut the plastic too much like that. But this is the idea, and this is going to work great. Maybe we use a thicker piece of cardboard as a template so that it stays, and it actually gives us some something to cut through that gives us some more presence there to cut it through. We'll give this a try. Thank you. Thanks. Hey, it's been a while since we've repotted our plant here, which no one has named yet. So one of these days we'll come up with our own name. So since this is well draining, we're going to give it a good soaking, and hopefully this won't keep its feet wet, but it'll give it a little bit of a perk up. About once a week, once every week and a half, we're going to water it. And we have a propagator here in our homemade greenhouse. It's doing okay. I don't know if it's going to do any roots, so we have some holes in the bottom, so I'm going to just give that a good water. And see, well draining. That's been our ticket the whole time, is to get the soil well draining so we don't get root rot. So we'll see how that goes. Give a little bit more to this guy, finish it up, and that's going to drain out. In fact, we even see some water down there now coming out, which is good. That's what we want. We want to get it well soaked, but then we want it to drain so that it almost dries out. I'll let you know how it goes, folks. Thanks.